Okay, so today we're going to be talking about parabolas. So a parabola is basically like this, y equals x squared. Now don't get confused with y equals 2 to the power of x. That's an exponential function. So basically in this video I'll be just going over adding what parts, like intercepts, trying to move it to the left or to the right, the parabola. So this is the original parabola. Now, what happens if we add a 1 to the original equation? So what would happen to the parabola if the equation would be y equals x squared plus 1? Well, then it would be, so let's do it, y equals x squared. I encourage you to pause the video and think about what would happen. Well, if you pause the video and use your pre-algebra skills of what would happen to a line, then you would understand that that would be the y-intercept, and the parabola would just go up like that. And we can also make the parabola go down by doing -1. Okay. Now that we have that, how do we move the parabola left or right? Well, to move the parabola left or right, we first do y equals, as always, and then you have to do a parentheses. So x minus 1, close parentheses, squared. So subtracting 1 just makes the parabola move 1 unit to the right. But let's change all of these, so like 3, so it isn't as confusing to look at. Okay, now to move to the left, we just add 3 this time in the parentheses. So y equals, open parentheses, x plus 3, close parentheses, squared. Okay, now that we have that, let me change the color. Seems good. Now that we have that, what's the factored form? So a factored form of the original parabola, so let's say something like y equals the quantity of x minus 1 multiplied by x minus 3. So, based on this equation, this is the factored form. So, this is the factored form. You basically just solve the equation. So, if you know how to solve or factor a quadratic equation, you will know that for this equation, the x equals 1 and 3. So those are our intercepts. Now let's see what happens. So that's the same equation. Now in the form of y equals x squared plus 3x x. Okay, so if we add 3x, that just makes it so that there's like a 3 unit difference. So plus 3x makes it a 3 unit difference from the origin. And one other thing I want to cover is the last thing. What happens when we combine everything? So y equals x squared. Let me do the parentheses. I forgot to do that. Minus 3, close parentheses, plus 2. Okay. So that is this parabola. Now the solution to the equation of x would be nothing because it doesn't have any x-intercepts. Now the last thing is, how would I make it so that the parabola is facing downwards? That would just be y equals negative x squared. Please do well. That's exactly what it is. Okay? So that's just facing down. Hope you learned something. Thank you for watching and make sure to subscribe.